What's up, this is from voting, guys. I just want to do a quick little message. A lot of you have been showing me a lot of love, man. I really appreciate it, guys. I know that last video was a bit downer, Debbie Downing for sure, but I just want to come on here real quick, guys, and let you know that I am not going to sell the Corolla, so don't worry about that. I was just a little frustrated at the moment, and that's how I felt at the moment, but I love that car, man. I can't not finish it, you know what I mean? I would say 10 years ago, no more, almost, wow, 20 years ago? And I would say 04, 05, I had a Supra. There was a 1J. Same kind of deal, was a project. I poured a lot of money into it. Back then, YouTube was like nothing. So, there was no channel, obviously. But I had a 1989 Toyota Supra with a 1J. And this project, guys, never came through to fruition. I never finished it. I had the car, I had the motor, car ran and everything, but I took it back to the shop to get a standalone put back into it, and yeah, the guy who owned the shop, he stole my car. So it was like about 5 or 6 cars that were in that shop. There was an MR2 that was clean. If any of you guys know or are from Florida, there was a shop called MTS Motorsports. They were known for DSMs, and they were dirty, man. They were dirty. The owner's name was Robert, Jamaican cat, and he seemed like he was your friend, but he was a backstabber. And I was young back then. I was like 19 years old, 19, 20 years old, and it was like my very first build. So yeah, I pretty much at that time I was going to school for mechanics, so I really didn't know what the hell I was doing back then, and I trusted this dude with, honestly, a build that I would love to be doing right now. So yeah, I got screwed over in that build, and I never got to, fully enjoy that Supra. So this build, when things started to go a little wrong, it's a little frustrating. I felt like, not again. And yeah, so I was frustrated, man. I was frustrated, like, getting your stuff stolen and, like, being so close to getting it tuned, and then somebody comes over and steals your shit. Sorry, excuse the language, but it's frustrating. So, anyways, this is the plan, guys, because I told you that I had a plan. So this is my plan. I got some pretty good news where I don't need to use my EMS4 anymore. There's a gentleman by the name of Ruben that used to tune cars in Puerto Rico, very well known over there in Puerto Rico, actually, a very good tuner, older gentleman, and he lives here now. I just got informed by one of my other boys that has an XRS. His name's Angel. I've mentioned him before on the channel. He's gonna get his car tuned on nitrous, so maybe when he gets his tuned, I'll go with him and see what he puts down. Nitrous, he should be putting down a good amount of power, so it's gonna be kind of fun to see what he does with that car. But yeah, so he told me about it. He's like, bro, Ruben's in town, he could tune your car, you don't even need an EMS4. So I texted Ruben, I told him my setup, and he said, yeah, man, I could tune your car. All you need is injectors and pump, and I can tune you up even for E85. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do that. So I got a little excited about it, and then the other day, I'm driving the Corolla, and I start feeling like a misfire while I'm driving. Nothing catastrophic, guys. It looks like it's just gonna be the crank sensor. When I put the crank sensor into that car, guys, I lost the clip that holds it against the engine, So it was rubbing up against the serpentine belt. It wasn't at the time that I put the engine together, but that is what the problem is right now. So I got a brand new crank sensor. The car's parked. I'm driving the minivan again. But like I said, things just keep happening. I'm gonna keep going forward, and I need to get this car tuned. So at the moment, there's a hurricane coming. So I don't think I'm gonna be working on the car anytime soon because I gotta, figure stuff out for this hurricane. I live in Orlando, so honestly, guys, if you're like new to the hurricane business, I was born and raised in Central Florida, so I'm pretty used to these hurricanes. Typically, how things go with hurricanes here in Central Florida is they come into the coast, and Florida coast batters them up pretty good. And by the time we get them here in Central Florida, they're only like 90 to 100 mile an hour winds, which typically just takes off a couple shingles and you're fine. You could have catastrophic, house problems if like a tree lands on top of it or something like that, but I don't really have any trees by my house, so I'm not too worried about it. So anyways, we have a hurricane coming, so I am not going to be doing anything on the car anytime soon, but I just wanted to give you a quick little update of what the plan was. So once I get the pump back and the fuel injectors, which is not that much, honestly. I mean, still a lot of money. Like, money that, honestly, I can't really fork out right now, so that's why I haven't really purchased anything. And now, on top of that, I had to buy a crank sensor, which was $100. And, it's just... not 100, it was like $80. It wasn't too bad. But still, like, just certain things, guys, like, that could have been money towards my injectors and my pump, but this car just keeps beating me down. But I'm going to win. Like, I'm on a mission to get this car running, so it doesn't matter what happens here on out, this car has to get on the dyno and get tuned. So you're on the journey for that. This is what happens when you do a build, guys. You think everything is running perfectly fine, and then you get smacked in the face with something, and then another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. So you just gotta roll with the punches and just keep going forward. So that is what I'm gonna do today. That's my message for today. Just keep moving forward. Honestly, I'm not... I'm bummed out that I'm not going to run the EMS4 because it's a little more tunability, but the fact that I have this guy here tuning cars in Orlando that's dealt with Corollas, especially XRSs, that excites me. I'm really happy that he's going to be here. So I'm hoping to create a relationship with Ruben and do future builds with him, maybe even a boosted Corolla. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's in the future, but first, I gotta get my stuff together and get this tuned for this car. So, plan is to put the crank sensor in, make sure it runs right, make sure it's running good. Then after that, get my injectors, my pump, take it to Ruben, get it tuned with the intake manifold. I'm like dying to put that thing on, bro. It's been sitting in my freaking garage, and I'm dying to put it in there. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be fun. But it's gonna be after this week because hurricane. So who knows? If I don't have any power for like a week, that's probably what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be SOL, no phone. Hence, this is all from a phone. So yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully this hurricane isn't too bad. But yeah. So I'm going to be leaving a link in the description. A lot of you guys have already donated, and I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys have come through, and I only honestly need $1 from each of you. And if I had $1 from each of you, that'd be more than enough to get a pump and an injector. So if you want to give more, but I'm literally just looking for $1. So if you can, I'd greatly appreciate a donation just to get this stuff. And honestly, guys, the quicker I can get this stuff, the quicker I can finally dyno this car. But not any pressure on you guys. I hate doing this crap. Like, I really do. Like, you can ask anybody I know. I do not like asking for help for anything. I hate it. Like, if you saw my videos, I put this motor in by myself. I did everything by myself because of the fact that I hate doing or asking for help. So it literally irks me to ask for help, but it is what it is, man. A lot of you guys have supported me, and I've seen the support, so I really, really appreciate the love that you guys have been showing me. All right, so enough of the, mushy stuff. If you guys want to help out, I'm going to be leaving a description. In the description, I'll be leaving a link to a PayPal account that I have set up entitled 2ZZ Build. And if you guys want, leave $1, leave whatever you can. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope to see you pretty soon in another video where the Corolla is running perfectly fine and getting tuned. All right? Anyways, hope you guys are good. Anybody who lives in Florida, be safe out there, man. This storm looks pretty nasty. And see you on the next one. Peace out.